friends, welcome to my YouTube channel eLearn English. This is module number 12. Today we are going to see the confusing words, or they are known as homophones. In the written communication, these confusing words play an important role. So we are going to study these one by one. My name is Kailas Tidke. I am a lecturer in English. Already we have seen various videos on grammar and some on communication skills. In this module, we are going to see what are the homophones or the confusing words. Let us see the definition of homophones, or what exactly homophones means. Homophones are the pair of words that sound the same but have distinctly different meaning and different spelling. Means the spelling and meaning is different, but they sound alike. The sound is same, or their pronunciation is same. So which are these words? We'll try to understand. The first pair of words is accept and accept. Now accept is a verb and accept is a noun. So accept means to receive. For example, he accept defeat well, and in accept we can understand it is a noun. So according to the parts of speech, you can remember these words and you can use these words. If you don't know which one is noun and which one is verb and which one is adverb, then you cannot use these words while writing a particular sentence. So do remember, accept is a noun, without or leave out. This is the meaning of this accept. Example is, please take all the books off the shelf except for the red one. Means without red one you can take other books. So remember, this is the use. Second pair of word is affect and effect. Affect means to influence and effect means to accomplish or to result out something. Effect may be good effect or bad effect. Example of affect is lack of sleep affect the quality of work, means to influence. This may affect. This may this could have some adverse effects. So we can use this word in this manner. And effect is the result, or what you can say, to accomplish. Can the university effect such a change without disrupting classes? So we can use effect in this manner. It may be good effect or it may be bad effect. So we can have the use like this. Both are the nouns. Next pair of word we'll try to understand. This is a lot and a lot. Now many time in the written communication we write the second one, that is a lot, but this one is the wrong. Only first word, this is the pair of word. There are two words, a and lot. Okay, a is used as an article, so we can use a lot. The a lot means many, many means bahut sare. In this way we can use I met a lot of people. So like this we can use this word, but second one is wrong, so do not use a lot at once. Next pair of word is allusion and illusion. Allusion is a noun and indirect reference. Allusion is called as indirect reference. For example, the professor made an allusion to Virginia Woolf's work. Allusion, inference, or in short we can say conclusion, like this. But exactly it is an indirect reference. And illusion is a false perception of reality. Some false image in your mind. For example, they saw a mirage. That is the type of illusion in one see in the desert. For example, if you go to forest and you have seen some animal, okay, one animal, so you have the image of that animal. That is called as an illusion, just false perception of reality. That is not the reality. Both are the noun, so use in the correct manner. Next pair of word is already and already. Now see, already is a phrase which means already prepared. The example is, dinner was already when the guests arrived. And second is adverb. Now see, by this time the turkey was already burned. Already means before, sometimes before. This is called as already. So the turkey was already burned when the guests arrived. So the use is different. Don't use in the same fashion. Next word we will try to understand, altogether and altogether. Now see, altogether is noun and altogether is an adverb. So altogether means entirely. Now try to understand this altogether means entirely. For example, altogether, I thought that the student presentation was well planned. Entirely means completely. Altogether means completely. And second, altogether means gathered with everything in one place. Some people are gathered all together. We generally say we were all together at the family reunion last spring. So all together means some kind of gathering. So for gathering purpose we can use all together as an adverb. Next we have the pair of word is apart. Apart apart means to be separated, and apart. Apart and apart both are different. Apart is different phrase. So apart, this one is called as to be separated. For example, the chain link fence kept the angry dogs apart. Or the second example is, my old car fell apart before we reached California. Now see, to be separated, to be completely taken away. So that is called as apart. And second phrase is to be joined with. The new course was a part of the new field of study. As a part of the new field of study at some place, we can write like this. But the use of both the phrases is different, or the word is different. First one is adverb and second is a separate phrase. Now next pair of word we will try to understand, that is see the ascent and ascent. Now this ascent means climb. So this one, the example is, the plane's ascent made my ears pop. And second is used as a verb, means agreement, assent. For example, the Martin assented to undergo the experiment. Now see this one, agreement. Agreement, it is used as a verb and first one is used as a noun. Both the uses are different. Try to understand. Agreement, doing something, okay, making some negotiation. This is called as agreement. So assent and assent both are different. Try to understand the spelling. First spelling is ASCENT and second one is ASSENT. The pronunciation is same. Try to understand. This is homophone. Next one we have birth. BEARTH. Birth means air inhaled or exhaled. For example, you could see his breath in the cold air. And second one is BREATHE. This one is a verb. So to inhale or to exhale. If you don't breathe, then you are dead. Means if you don't breathe, it is something related to our body. Breathing, taking an oxygen in or out. So this is breathing. So both the breath are different. Only the pronunciation is same, but the spelling and meaning is different. So do remember accordingly. Then we have capital. Capital, it is used as an adjective as well as noun. Capital is a seat of government or also financial resources. For example, the capital of India is New Delhi. It is also one capital. And the firm had enough capital to build the new plant. It is related to financial resources. So do remember, one is used as a noun. For example, New Delhi is used as a noun, as a capital, and second one, firm, is used as an adjective. Next one is capital. The same pronunciation, but it is a noun. The actual building in which the legislative body meets. For example, the governor announced his resignation in speech given at the Capitol today. Capital means, for example, the governor's house or the parliament, Sansad, हम जिसे कहते हैं ना, that is called as the capital. Okay. So do remember, both are the different. First one is used as a noun as well as adjective, and second one is completely used as a noun. Next word we have cite. Remember, cite, cite and cite. Three words are there. First one, cite, is to quote or document. For example, I cited 10 quotes from the same author in my paper. Okay, cite means to dictation, some kind of dictation of written document, that is called as citation. We generally make citation. Okay. Then second is a vision. SIGST. Spelling is different. The pronunciation is same. Sight means vision. Eyesight, for example. The sight of American flag arouses different emotions in different part of the world. Okay. So vision, it is something related to our vision. And third sight is SITE, or position or place. For example, the new office building was built on the site of cemetery. These three are different in spelling and meaning, only the pronunciation of these three words is same. So these are highly confusing words, but dear friends, do remember and use at proper places. The next pair of word is complement. Complement, the spelling is different and meaning of both the word is also different. Only the pronunciation is same. Sound of these words alike. For example, complement, complement, something that completes. It can be used as a verb of the word complete, to complete. For example, dry fruit is eaten as a complement. Complement, something purak. Okay. And second word, compliment. Compliment means somebody is praising you, somebody appreciate you. That is called as compliment. Giving compliment on somebody, it's what you can say, anniversary, birthday. We generally used to give compliments. The professor complimented Pooja on her proper use of English grammar. Giving compliment, praising someone. So this second one is generally we people use, and first one is rarely used. Try to understand. So both are important and both are the nouns. Next word we have conscience, conscience, and conscience. For example, conscience, conscience, a sense of right or wrong. For example, the student conscience kept him from cheating on the exam. And second is adjective. First one is noun and second one is adjective. Conscious means awake. I was conscious when the burglar entered in the house. Isn't it? Both the words are having different meaning and spelling, but the pronunciation, conscience. First one is conscience, second one is conscious. Little bit there is difference, but actually they are alike. That's why do remember their spelling and meaning is different, and also their use is different. Only the pronunciation is same. Then we have next pair of word is council and counsel. Now see, this council is noun, second is also noun. But they try to understand. First council means a group that consult or advises. That is a council. The men and women on the council voted in favor of outdoor concert in their own. Now see, council may be a particular body. It may be a particular group. But second counsel means to advise. The parole officer counseled the convict before he was released. Counsel means to talk with him, to discuss on the particular matter, or to advise him. So that is called as a counsel. Both are noun. The spelling is different, meaning is different. Try to understand, but they are alike. Their sounds alike. So remember, next pair of word is illicit. Illicit. Little bit there is difference in pronunciation. The first one is a verb. Elicit means to draw or to bring out. The teacher elicited the correct responses from the student. To draw out, to bring out, to take out. This is called as illicit. And second one is illicit. Illicit means illegal, immoral. It is not according to rule. So for example, the thief was arrested by police for illicit activities, means immoral, illegal activities. So both the words are very important. They are same in the pronunciation, but their meaning and spelling is different. Try to understand. Next word we have lose, L-O-S-E and L-O-S-E. So the first lose is a verb and second is an adjective. First word means lose means to misplace or not to win. The ship was lost on the reef. For example, see, lose becomes lost in the second form, past form. And here, lose means not to be tied. Verb rarely used to release. See, this is not used. Means it is not tied. It is something what it is used for the clothes. The burglar's pants were so loose that he was sure to lose the rest with the cop chasing him. So इसके पीछे यानी कि एक चोर के पीछे वो तो भी कॉप से पुलिसमैन भाग रहा था तो उसकी पैंट that was very loose that he was not sure to win the race or to escape from his what you can say control. So in this manner we can use the both the words lose and lose. Next pair of word we have precede and proceed. Precede is a verb. Precede, it comes before, and the example is pre-writing precedes the rough draft of good paper. And another one is proceed. Proceed means verb, to go forward. He he proceeded to pass back the failing grades on the exam. Now see, both the uses are different. Both are used as a verb, but remember their spelling and meaning is different. Try to understand. Next pair of word we know generally, and it's very simple, but generally we commit mistake while using these words. First one is principal. Principal is used as a noun as well as adjective. Both are the correct uses. The most important. Principal means main, the boss, or the most important, the chief, the main. For example, the principal ingredient in chocolate chip cookies is chocolate chips. Principal ingredient means the main ingredient, main part while making chocolate. This is called as principal. And second one is the principal of school does the announcement each morning. So both are the words used here. One is used as, second one is used as a noun, and first one is used as an adjective. Now this say in the same pair we have principle, P-R-I-N-C-I-P-L-E. Now this is also a noun, a general fundamental truth. The study was based on the principle of gravity. Or another example we can say that Dr. Ambedkar was a man of principle. Mr. Mahatma Gandhi was also a man of principle. So we can have these examples of the word principle. Principle means the general fundamental truth. So you can have the difference. Do remember, try to understand and use at the appropriate places. Next pair of word we have stationary and stationary. The spelling is different. Try to understand. There is little bit different. S-T-A-T-I-O-N-A-R-Y. It is an adjective. Stationary means standing object, some object which is what you can say fixed. Okay. The accident was my fault because I ran into a stationary object. किसी एक खड़ी चीज को मैंने जाके धक्का मार दिया. The stationary thing. Okay. On second, stationary is a noun, writing paper. My mother bought me stationery that was on recycled paper. Now, some second stationery is something related to pen, notebooks, and all. Writing paper. So, do remember, second spelling is S-T-A-T-I-O-N-E-R-Y, and first one is S-T-A-T-I-O-N-A-R-Y. Second is a noun, first one is a adjective. Remember. And the next pair of word is break, B-R-A-K, break. Break means preventing the motion. For example, when teaching my daughter how to drive, I told her if she didn't hit the brake. Hitting brake means to touch the brake. Okay, brake in the brake of a vehicle, preventing the motion. And second is B-R-E-A-K. Break means it is a verb to separate into parts, to make separate. While driving in the traffic, she would break the car's side mirror. Break means to cut. Okay, to break into pieces. So like that we have two words, and both the words are having different meaning and spelling, and use is also different. Only they sounds alike. And the last word we have in this module is advice. Advice. Generally we commit mistake while using these words. First one is advice. Advice means counsel. Advice means counsel. A-D-V-I-C-E. And second one is the ADVIAC. Advice means to recommend or to warn. For example, in the first, doctor gave her medical advice. When doctor gives us advice, father gives us advice, we can use the first one, ADVIAC. And second one is generally used to recommend or to warn. For example, police advised us to stay at home. So these are the some common confusing words which are very important in written communication. In the oral communication, it's okay. Generally, we consider that yes, he has talked right, but in the written communication, it is not considered. That's why do remember, my friends. So with this, thank you very much. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also share these videos with those who are the beginners. Thank you very much.